Good afternoon, Donny. How are you doing today?
It's very nice to be here with you, Lennon. Very good.
Yeah, that's
Very-
very beautiful. I'm going to be asking some questions about your party and your forward vision for the 2024 New South Wales Premier election. Are you all fine if we are ready to begin?
I'm ready to begin. I just want this interview to be fair and free. The fake news media has already been attacking me, so I just hope you'll be
Of
fair.
course,
Thank you.
of course, of course. At Seven News, we're a neutral party. We don't support um, any party by distinction, and yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
going to be
Okay.
going through about 20 or so questions about your vision for New South Wales. If
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
what are your top three priorities as the Premier of New South Wales?
Well, my top three priorities simply is the cost of living crisis. It's killing families, millions of families. It's separating them. It's just a very bad thing, and it's killing these innocent families because people can't afford food, people can't afford to go out, and it's a disaster because the current
Hmm.
leadership. It's a very bad thing. That'll be my number one priority. My second priority will be the transportation system and fixing that because rural cities in outback Australia aren't being connected right now to the big cities like Sydney. Um, oh, sorry, outback New South Wales, by the way. Um, and we have to understand that with the collapse of Rex, well, partially they've cut some of their routes off, and Bonza. These cities aren't able to have an airline except for QantasLink, and that leaves it to sort of a monopoly in some sort of ways, which we need to sort out quickly. And we will soon we'll have buses, we'll have trains, we'll make it very good, and we'll have low prices, and it'll be a very good thing. My third priority will be the domestic violence issue ongoing in New South Wales. Uh, because obviously it's become a huge issue, especially with women as well. It's hurting people and it's everywhere as well. It's just a very bad thing. There'll be consequences and there'll be very strict punishments. And I think we'll be able to stop it very quickly when I'm premier.
Yeah, thank you, Donny. Moving on to the next question. So, how will your style of leadership differ from your predecessors?
Well, my you're talking about fan tactics here, or from my the current premier.
Um, yeah, your predecessors, the current premier.
Well, he's an inactive clown. I don't want to say the word. I was going to say he's an inactive piece of shit. But he doesn't do anything, and he's only destroyed this group, New South Wales, and he's only done that, and he's only endorsed Labor, and that's the only thing it's done. I think it's actually hurt Labor that he's endorsed them. I don't think they should be proud of that endorsement, but I think it's actually hurt Labor, if anything, from that endorsement. And I'll be active. I'm actually pretty active already, and I will be active when I'm premier. And yeah, I'll be. It's the main difference. There's only been really one premier, and he's been a complete disaster, and he should be ashamed of himself.
Thank you. Now, speaking about accountability and your government style, what measures will you implement to ensure the transparency and the accountability in your government?
Well, just everything needs to be transparent. That's all it needs to be. There doesn't need to be a huge cover up like Fan Tactics is covered up his uh, like for children's. But we won't cover anything up. We'll be transparent. We already have been very transparent. We've responded to everything that we need to respond to. When there's allegations thrown at us, we respond to them within 30 minutes. And we've always been that way, and we always will be that way. And that's what we're proud of at the Republican Party. There's no corruption over here, and there's been no evidence of corruption, unlike our competition. And that's what stands out about us. There's no corruption whatsoever, and we have a strong deputy premier. We have a strong cabinet picks, and I think with a strong team that we're currently building, will be a great New South Wales again.
Hmm, very nice. Now we're going to draw our attention to a Twitter post that you Party posted on the 18th of December is discussing One Nation's funding plan. Can you go into depth about how Pauline Hanson, in quoted quotes, doesn't seem to be interested in building a better Australia? Instead, her focus being on removing Australian territory and undermining our progress. Do you have anything to say on that one?
Yeah, I do. That was when Pauline Hanson was running for Premier, which they no longer are, and they've actually endorsed us. But it was believed to understand. That was when they were running for Premier. There were rumors going around. I'm not sure. But we got sent a chart and we were like, we heard it was valid. So we were like, okay, well, that's pretty wrong. But they're no longer running for Premier. So I don't think that matters anymore. And I endorse
Hmm.
the party for the Legislative Council, and they've endorsed us for the Premier of New South Wales.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you for that one. Speaking about how you're picking up information that might be false and using it to accuse other parties, has there been another
There's no
example of
false
this in
information.
your? It, well, you've just stated that. Um,
There's no false information at all.
so, sorry,
And
I
I
stand
wouldn't post.
corrected. It may not be false information, but you're taking information that may not be accredited and using it to
We only
talk
post
down
facts. That's what
other
we post.
post facts. But where are you really hearing these facts, for example, in
Well,
that post?
you've seen before the making Tasmania a separate country. I had voice recordings sent to me from people in my cabinet that have said it's literally there's voice recordings. It's everywhere, and that's what happened. And right now, my focus isn't on the One Nation Party. We're actually good friends with the people over there, and they're
Mm,
very good people when you get to know them. I'm talking about the defamation from the Labor Party. They've tried defaming my cabinet picks, like Maurice. They edited a photo. They should actually be removed from the race. I don't even know why they're allowed to. It's pretty corrupt, but they need to be removed from this race because they have over and over again posted fake. It's literally evidence that they posted fake images, and the leader supports it. He never said that he
mm.
doesn't support it, and he does support it being sent around in his party, and I don't stand for that because all he wants is votes, and I'm here for the people.
Very, very wise there. We'll head back to our mainstream questions about your governance and your plan for New South Wales. Um, can I just hear what your stance is currently on national issues like housing and healthcare, and how you'll try advocate that for New South Wales going forward?
Well, this all ties back to the cost of living crisis, which we plan to support small businesses to create jobs. We need to create a bunch of jobs because there's not many jobs right now. We need to create jobs. We need to fix our economy. It's in a very bad state. We need to reform the taxes over here, and we need to make New South Wales great again. All our roads are also very bad. If you take a look in some of our cities, the roads are just very bad, and it's because of the poor leadership in this country. The potholes are everywhere. They need to be fixed. People need to take accountability, and it all ties back to the economy.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on. So going back to infrastructure and transport, do you have any plans for infrastructure projects that New South Wales residents can expect in the coming years? Do you have any plans on, um, obviously you were talking about Rex's decline and the congestion and the poor condition of our New South Wales roads?
Yeah,
Mm.
well, obviously we're gonna have a huge order on fixing these roads because it's a very bad thing. We're gonna have a huge order on that. We're gonna get them fixed, and we're gonna have very nice roads. We're gonna have very nice buildings, very nice houses, very nice everything. Actually, it'll be a very good place, and I'll prove it to you when I'm premier elect. When I am, not if I am. And starting from day one, we'll fix all these issues. Rex's decline came from Qantas and Virgin. Uh, obviously, and same with Bonza. It's a huge duopoly, and something needs to be done because obviously it's a duopoly, and yeah, we'll sort that out. We'll have huge trains and buses from rural cities to bigger cities. Where it'll be all connected, and it'll be a very nice place. It'll be a very good place.
Hmm. Um, Couple more questions here. Given that you've never really held a leadership position of this magnitude of being the Premier of New South Wales, what skills and experiences can you bring to the role as Premier? And how do you plan to navigate the steep learning curve that comes with this new added responsibility?
Well, for me, I've held leadership um,
You've been the
positions in the
Premier of a
past.
different state.
No, no, no. I've never been the premier before, but I know how to run a group of people. I know how to manage a group of people. I've done it in the past. I've owned Qantas QF, the most successful airline in the Pacific at the moment. We've won many awards. It's been a very good thing. And this year we actually won the AV Awards for Best Airline. I think it was 3,000 to 10,000 members, which is good. I managed over 5,000 people. I've managed a group in the past with 12,000 members, a huge team of people. And I've got experience with this and I can know how to get things done. That's something about me. I don't talk, I don't say, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that, like my competitors do. I actually do things, and that's what's strong about me.
Hmm, yeah, perfect. Um, I want to bring issue to light regarding your leadership experience and people who have been criticizing and accusing you of your lack of engagement in groups such as, for example, Qantas QF by quote unquote spending time sitting on the couch eating Pizza Hut. How would you respond to these claims and and what will you do to prove your commitment to actively leading the state?
People that say that, okay, here's the thing. Right now for Qantas QF, it may not seem like I do too much, but believe me, when I got Qantas QF, it was completely different from how it was. I had to work. I worked 3 months, I think, straight, just every single day. I was grinding Qantas QF, and I made it a great airline. And I had the re-inauguration. I had the honor of re-inaugurating Qantas, and we started back strong. We had a nice new aircraft. We refreshed our terminal a bunch. We made it a great airline, and I inaugurated it, and we had a bay of I think 60 people in game that attended as passengers to the inauguration. And it was a very good feeling knowing that I just launched Qantas QF and got it running. And look at it now; it's the greatest airline ever. It's never been so good. Then a few months later, we actually had the 787 inaugural, which we had I think 100 people in game. We had 15, 20 staff members. It was a very good thing. And it was the biggest launch in Australian row aviation history. And I hold that record. Uh, and it was a great feeling. I've worked very hard on Qantas, and now I'm still working hard, just more behind the scenes. I more coordinate things. Sam obviously does a lot of work. I thank Sam so much for that. He's a great board leader, but same with Cedo Script and Liam and all that, by the way. But Sam is the main one that I call with him every single day, and I tell him we need to direct Qantas in this. Oh, we need to do this. We need to do that, and I help him do it, and we both do it together. And obviously, there's a lot of funding involved with Qantas as well.
Mm, All right, thank you for that. Um, Now we're going to turn light to one of your early proposals, which was to deport New Zealanders from New South Wales. Can you clarify your rationale on behind this plan and how you intend to implement it within the bounds of the federal immigration laws?
Yeah,
And
well,
how do you address concerns about social and diplomatic implications of this proposal?
there's none of that. It's none of that. It's simply the criminals. The crime rates are up from New Zealanders. They're needed in their country. They need to build back their country. They're needed over there, and they shouldn't be over here committing crimes and uh, abusing all these people, these wonderful people. and they need to be deported from day one. It'll be the largest deportation operation in history. And it'll happen, and it'll be done using local police. There'll be no, it won't be, it's not racist. People say it's racist. It's not racist. Take a look at the charts that we've posted, and they come straight from one of our great campaign managers, Lennon, Avorica. Um, yeah, and they've got the highest crime rate ever, more than ever before. That's because the police aren't taking action, and that will be sorted straight away.
Okay. So from what I've gathered there, you stated that New Zealanders in New South Wales should build their own country. When Australia and New Zealand, we have one of the largest combined army corps and through the Anzac Legacy. How do you plan on delivering this plan? Do you have a timeline of events as when you want to start and when
No,
you want this
I want to start on day
merge?
one, Lennon. That's what I want to do. I want to start on day one. We're not merging anything. We're just simply getting the criminals out of here, the illegal people that have committed all these crimes. And I've said already, if you have a full-time job or if you have a job or whatever, and you haven't committed any crimes and you have a clear history, you can stay in Australia. But if you've committed a crime and you're not working, then you're out. There's no negotiating it, and it's going to happen. It won't cause any disruptions, and it'll be a great thing. Actually, it'll get our crime rates down, and people will be safe again.
So how do you take this plan and the ensuring that the deportation of New Zealanders of accused crimes is a more sustainable and effective policy for New South Wales? Do you have any examples of this working in other places? And you want to consider the potential impact on the justice system and the community cohesion and the international relations between Australia and New Zealand.
Australia and New Zealand will always have the best relations ever. There's actually, we've got the best. I think we've actually got the best in the world when you think about it. We've got a strong army force. We got great everything. Actually, we've got great connections, and it's just the illegals that need to be sent out because they have the highest crime rates. Nothing about it is wrong, and there are exceptions. People can stay, people can go, but it won't affect our relationship with anyone, and it's simply only for New South Wales. Victoria or Queensland or whatever, they can follow if they want, but as Premier of New South Wales, that is what I will be starting to do, and it'll start from day one.
Mm. Thank you for that. I'm going to take an excerpt from your Twitter page again, which was a former accusation of One Nation. But I can see the large minority of New Zealanders, but there's also the other categories that you've posted, you've had Australians, Indians, but you've put that in scam related. And that also is the same for Chinese, where they've been bracketed for driving related. Why have these minorities been bracketed?
Yeah. Well, with those, there's simply here's the thing. New Zealanders have a huge crime rate in everything. It's just a general crime rate. But the Indians have theirs scam related. That's literally all it is. That's all it is. I don't know why it's not a racial attack. It's what it is. Same with Chinese. It's literally all it is. And New Zealanders have same with the blacks, same with Samoans, same with Australians, same with others. It's a general.
Why has black been separated as black isn't a rap isn't like a sorry got my words kerfuffled a like a country. Black is not a country. It's not a minority group. Why have they been
It is a
separated?
race. That's what it is, and it's
I
not.
didn't I
It's
didn't
not
say it as a
separated.
race.
Well, it's not a country. It's a race. It's where people. It's just it's a general term. It's black.
But why hasn't this been coincided with New Zealand? New Zealand, what?
New Zealand, um, because it doesn't. That's not how it works. Realize that. 1 second. About that. Just had to sort something out. No, black is a race. New Zealand is a country that is the news people that have come from New Zealand have the highest crime rate, and that's what I've been trying to explain. It's not racist, um, and it's how it works. It's I don't know why. It's just how it works.
Mm, right. Well, that's pretty much it of this interview. Thank you, Mr. Premier-elect Donny VH Vol, for joining
Thank
us
you
in the
very much for having
studios
me.
today.
Thank
Um,
you.
I will be hearing you with you soon. We plan to do a couple more interviews. Is that right? Is
Oh, we
your
do? Yeah, I think so. And we've also got a
perfect?
rally tonight, I
Yeah.
believe,
Oh,
at 8 p.m. 8 p.m.
so yeah. If you have anything to say as your mission statement, go ahead to
We
the
will
general people
make
of New South
New South
Wales.
Wales great again, starting from day one. I'll do it as Premier elect. We will make it great again, and we will do it straight away. We'll do everything that we promise. We won't lie. We don't just talk. We do things, and I've done that in the past. And it's what we need. It's what we need as Premier. We don't need an inactive or a pedophile. We don't need any of that. We need someone that will make New South Wales great again. Thank you, Lennon.
Thank you, Donny.